Yo,
Yeah,
what up, dude? Welcome.
welcome.
This is the introduction, debut, grand, grand opening of If I Was Carly, the greatest podcast on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, long time in the fucking making, dude. It's gonna be
Looking
incredible.
forward. This is what it's all about.
This is what it. Yeah, no, the people have been waiting for this. I am Dru Montana. This is my co-host, young rat girl Kellan. Is that gonna be your name for the show?
No.
No,
No.
not going with that.
No, I'm just Kellen.
Okay, just Kellan. Kellan
Yeah.
and Dru Montana discussing one of the greatest TV shows, pieces of entertainment, art I think the world has ever seen, which is
Yes.
iCarly.
The one, the only.
A brilliant TV
Legendary.
show. I have something in my eye already. This is not a good start. It's not a good start. The show is called If I Was Carly. We are going to break down every single episode of the show until we get bored with it or Paramount Plus kicks us off for using somebody else's account or whatever the case may be. We're going to do our best, dude.
We'll be here until we're not here.
Yes, till the very end. Dude, let's get right into the what do you want to call it? I guess the grand opening of iCarly itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we know, iCarly debuted September 8th, 2007.
Yes.
Where were you, Kellan?
Me. So in the world, I was in Georgia.
Okay.
It was start of 7th grade.
Okay.
So things are going well for me.
I
Where were you?
I was in the 7th grade as well in Tully, New York.
Right.
I had a crush on a girl on the television, and she'd been off the TV for about a year at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know where my life was going to go next.
Right. But then,
out of nowhere, September 8th, 2007 came and boom, Carly was back in my life. Carly, Megan, whatever you want to call her. She was
it's a love story for the ages.
Yes. And for our hundreds of listeners,
yes.
Just to let you know what was going on September 8th, 2007. Kellan, did you do the research on this?
I did the research.
Okay, yeah, let me hear what was happening in the world.
Okay, so first, one of the most important events during the week of September 8th, 2007 was the top song of the week, Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie. Do you remember that one?
I do. That was a good song.
Yeah. I wasn't super into it. I don't know. But the people spoke.
Yeah. No, now that I think about it, I think she should have. Matter of fact, no, she shouldn't have stayed with the Black Eyed Peas because they weren't good either. I think they had footage of somebody doing something on the fucking Billboard charts where they were blackmailing the shit out of them. They were like, give me a damn number one. Because they had a lot of them and not many of them were good. Not many of those songs were good, but they did well.
What's your favorite Black Eyed Peas song?
Probably My Humps.
Yeah.
My Humps is a good song.
That's a good one. Yeah. Mine is going to be Where Is the Love?
Solid choice.
Thank you.
That was I don't know. That was too much of like a school song. Like teachers like that. And I was like, teachers don't do hip hop, dude. That's my lane. So.
Okay. Well, number 2. Next thing.
Okay.
Top movie that week was Halloween by Rob Zombie. You know about that one?
I do. Not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the Halloween movies were pretty stupid.
Okay.
I do like Rob Zombie. He rules.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a huge week for entertainment. The world needed something at this point, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, desperate for it.
Yeah,
craving it.
Also, the UFC heavyweight champion at the time was one Randy Couture.
Okay, yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Say
Randy
less.
Couture,
Randy Couture.
heavyweight champ.
Heavyweight champ.
All right. Cool. So let's get into episode 1, the pilot of iCarly.
Perfect.
Dude, I think also going forward, we should rate these episodes at the top of it. Give it like a 1 through 5. Spaghetti
We could rate them
tacos.
right now.
All right, how many spaghetti tacos, 1 out of 5, would you give this episode?
The pilot episode, I'll be honest, it gets about 2 spaghetti tacos.
Um,
Where I'm coming at this as someone that's seen the others, you know? Like I've
right.
got something to compare it to. I'm sure when it came out, it was a 5 spaghetti taco. But I've seen what they can do.
I have to agree. I'll say 2.5 spaghetti tacos. The writing was okay on this one. It had me hooked.
Yeah. There was
some
the laughs were there.
some actual funny things happen in the pilot, which is rare for pilots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It was
a
a good episode. They had worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the episode starts with, I guess it really starts with the principal laughing. We don't know what he's laughing at. And then Carly walks in with her teacher, Miss Briggs, who is yelling at her for turning her into a rhinoceros on Photoshop.
Yes, correct.
Funny.
Photo doc, they called it.
They did. I guess they had to get around that, but the whole pear thing instead of apple and like switching little names, that does annoy me. But
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, they do what they had to do.
I understand. Dude, this is one of the first historical moments of our show where I'm gonna drop a "If I Was Carly" bomb,
Okay.
off the rip, and I liked what she did here. I like the photoshopping of teachers. This is a true story. I photoshopped swastikas over this guy, Mr. Pachi's face. He was the woodshop teacher in my school, and we printed them out and posted them everywhere, and it was hilarious. So hilarious. He's like, why is this here? This is a school.
Did you get caught?
Yeah, I had to do a Saturday detention like Carly did.
Whoa.
So yeah, it was very, very similar. I wonder if I was somehow inspired by that episode, because I know at the time I wasn't thinking it, but I had seen it because it was like 4 years later when my act of whatever you want to call it was committed.
Yeah. I think your subconscious knew to get you closer to her, following the footsteps of greatness, you know?
That is a good point, because I always knew I would be with her.
Yeah.
At some point.
I mean, it will.
Yeah, it will still happen. But I think I needed at the time to like make my own similarities. Where now me and Miranda are adults, and we know we would get along well.
Yeah. I think she'd be into you.
Dude, I think I'm her type, and especially when I send her every episode of this podcast, fucking wait till I come on here with a haircut next week. Whole different ball game.
So here, controversial take, that I think I would have done it a little different if I was Carly, because so the whole thing is that Carly didn't even do this, right? Like you find out a little bit later, Sam did this, and Carly's just like taking the blame for it. Mm-hmm. But I think if it were me, I wouldn't take the blame for it, but I also wouldn't rat out Sam. So you would just have to like lay out the line. You'd have to just try and convince her that it wasn't even supposed to be her, you know? It's like,
I see where you're going.
This is just some other woman, and like gaslight her. You and Sam.
Yeah, make her seem like she's crazy.
Yeah.
I like that. Ever since I've learned about gaslighting, I've really been into it. It sounds...
you have to do it as much as possible. Yeah. You know, try and, like, if you don't use your muscles, you'll lose them. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so you brought up an interesting point where the next scene, it cuts to Sam beating up some kid at a locker.
Yes.
And then we find out Carly drags her away, and we find out that, like you said, Sam committed this act of hate,
Yes.
of miscreants, and
Yeah.
Carly took the blame.
Yeah.
Um, but here's what was interesting about that to me is Sam said she'd already been suspended once,
Hmm.
and if she got caught, she would have been expelled.
Hmm.
What are the means of expulsion at Ridgeway Junior High School? That's what I want to know. Because
Yeah.
a Photoshop, fuck it, that's what you expel kids for?
Not much goes on in the high school.
Dude, I got in 12 fights in high school, and they let me back in 3 days later every time.
Yeah.
Also, the thing Sam was doing right before that, where she had her forearm on some kid's neck, like that's worse than her act of Photoshop. I
Yeah.
think
The
she's worried
Photoshop
about
was
the wrong thing.
showing creativity. It was showing skill.
Yeah, in 2007, dude,
Yeah.
nobody could Photoshop.
Yeah. She should have been proud of it, but no. She was choking out a poor boy.
Yeah, he didn't deserve that. That becomes a common theme in the show. The
True.
Sam grip up dudes with bowl cuts and make them feel uncomfortable. I get it.
Wait, I had something to say about the intro.
Okay.
And that is
The intro
that,
song or
like the intro sequence, like
okay.
when it literally like first starts and they pull up the website to like go to iCarly.com, you see a little bit of a logo. And I believe that is for Dan Schneider's wife's cooking thing called Hungry Girl, which I looked into this today, and she's
Okay.
like still doing it. And she posts on her Instagram like 5 times a day. It's
Wow.
like, yeah, she's very heavily involved in but it's like all like healthier, low carb food options, which is funny for me because I know what Dan Schneider looks like.
Yeah, Dan Schneider, I mean, we'll get into him throughout this whole series here. He's like by far the ugliest person to ever exist.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks like shit. And I never understood it. But is he still married?
Yeah, they're still, I like double checked, no kids, because, but
Yeah.
still,
No,
still married.
I bet his dick doesn't work very good at all.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that thing shrivels right up.
Like, even when he was younger and you're like supposed to be hot when you're young, he just was worse, really.
Really?
Yeah, that's when he like started doing all that.
What year was that? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
All that was like the 90s.
I'm gonna look up Dan Schneider 2001.
Okay.
He oh yeah. No, he's always looked like shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, he literally looks like Fat Bastard from Austin Powers. He literally, and like I feel like that's like almost hack to say, but he literally looks like him.
You're just stating the fact.
That's unbelievable. Dude, this guy stinks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll get into Dan Schneider as
He's not safe here.
No, he ain't safe here, dude. Yeah, he'll be lucky to make it out alive. So yeah, it cuts to the next scene. Carly is walking in her apartment, and this is where we meet Freddie.
Yes. Freddie with the drip of the time.
Yeah, big dripper for sure. Big dripper. Double XL polos. Fucking Freddie had it going on. The drip. I do, because I've watched a few of them now, and I mean I've seen a lot of them, but I've taken notes on a few of them now, and I do gain more respect for Freddie as it goes on. But I don't want to jump ahead of myself.
Right.
Episode 1, he loses me a little bit with the peephole, just waiting for Carly to get home incident.
It's a bit much, yeah.
It's a lot.
You don't want to be that into someone.
Yeah, well, he is, and he lets it be known. I think that's the Freddie doesn't realize that people want what they can't have.
True.
And he could be had.
He could be, he's an eligible. Oh, my cat's fucking with my light.
Is it macaroni or cornbread?
Cornbread. Macaroni would never be this rude to me.
Yeah, cornbread, chill out.
Cornbread. Mommy's working. Okay.
Mom's doing the #1 iCarly podcast in the world right now.
Exactly. Okay. Yes. Freddie. I saw a TikTok that was like complaining about how Freddie was dressing, but like of the era, of the time,
Yeah, I mean,
everyone dressed like that.
nobody dresses good in middle school. And then
Yeah.
like 2007 was also a horrible time for fashion in general because it was coming out of that era of like fucking 50 Cent wearing like t-shirts that were 2 times bigger than they were supposed to be,
Yeah.
baggy jeans. And it was like a mixture of like clean clothes with still a baggy style. Freddie did kind of dress like shit, but
Yeah.
I get it.
It was
I
he was
also
just a
dressed like
product of the
shit,
time.
and yeah, and nobody looked good in 2007. It was like one of the worst times ever. People were hella confused.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, dude. Freddie hasn't experienced enough violence in his life, I
True.
think. Like if I was Carly here, another bomb, I would have
Yeah.
front kicked him right back through that door he walked out of when he's like, "Did you drop your key?" Boom, and kick him right in his fucking chest. He's gotta calm down. He's
Yeah.
doing too much.
I took a similar note.
You would
If
have kicked him in the chest?
I would have been a bitch to him. I think she's like she's too nice in the show, but like, you know, if I were in middle school, which I was at the time, and like someone's being weird, you got to be a bitch back, you know? There's nothing to lose.
Yeah. Yeah, especially in middle school.
Yeah. There's no what's
Well,
he
it
there's nothing
was
he
her
can-
neighbor. It was her neighbor, so it could be weird.
So I think she should have because she wasn't into him in that way. I mean, obviously it worked out for her shortly after this, but
Right.
if I was her, wouldn't have been he wouldn't have come out the door, you know?
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have made it very far.
Yeah.
All right, so she gets in the apartment, and then we meet another major character, Spencer, her brother.
Yes.
I don't know. I guess based off episode 1, I can't form my note-taking opinion on Spencer. I know growing up, I didn't think he was responsible.
Yeah.
And based off of this first episode, I'm still in that camp because like he's a horrible artist. He's a professional artist. He's taking care of Carly while her father is at war.
Yeah.
Where's her mother? Deader than shit, as far as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, deader than hell.
Yeah.
Spencer is the breadwinner right now, and he's
True.
making robot sculptures out of Mountain Dew bottles.
Yeah.
And turning a fucking, what was his other one? He turned a camera into a squirrel.
Yes.
Those were his 2 big projects.
So I loved Spencer. I was in love with Spencer.
I know you do. I don't get it.
No, it even so when Netflix first put iCarly on, I like rewatched and was still in love with him. Not so much short hair Spencer, he loses me there, but I don't know. He's got the right energy, the right spunk.
I'll give you that. He's got good energy.
Yeah.
Very positive.
Yeah, we need that. Also, so I noted that we're getting a little in the weeds here. When we walk into the living room, you see that he has an Eames lounge chair, which is a $6,000 chair.
Wow.
So you already know he's making money because he's got the loft that he's got. But I feel like peppering in the $6,000 chair.
That's what I always wondered. Is the money coming from the father? I think the father is sending money home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Spencer's selling the robot Mountain Dew bottle sculpture for 50 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if you spoiler alert, but for the reboot, he like gets rich. And that's like a big thing is that he's now rich. So probably was getting money from his
And
dad.
it was it art related? Him
Yeah.
getting rich? Okay.
Yeah. Became like a super loaded artist and like redoes he stays in the same lot, but he like redoes it so it's like modern. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right, Spence. All right. So next scene again. We didn't discuss this. So when Carly photoshopped her teacher, Miss Briggs, her punishment for that was the Saturday detention where she would be filming auditions for the school talent show.
Yes.
That was her punishment. Not a horrible punishment.
Could be worse, but she did miss Cuttlefish, so
She did miss her favorite band.
yeah.
So it cuts to Carly and Sam going to record the talent show. Freddie's there helping them record everything because Spencer turned the camera to a squirrel.
Right, yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Everyone knows that. Yeah, what I got from this part was that the kids at that school are talentless.
Yeah.
The talent show was really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. It was like a kid reading a scene from a play, and then a girl playing the cello, and then a bad stand-up comic.
Yeah.
And then a beatboxer who was the only black kid in the show so far. They make him with the ability to beatbox, which is insane. But whatever, dude. We could have gone deeper on that, but I'll let that kid slide. And then what was the cool one? Oh, the coolest one was a girl on a pogo stick playing the trumpet.
Yes.
I don't know, dude. I wasn't impressed by anybody in the talent show, honestly.
A lack of talent overall. Were you ever in a talent show?
I was, but it was like a group thing. I forget what we did. I think we like lip synced the song. And like, yeah, it wasn't anything. It was in like 6th grade. I don't remember the extent of it. We did not win the show.
Damn shame.
Were you a talent show participator?
I feel like I barely I think there was only one talent show that was like any of my schools ever put on, but I moved around a lot for elementary school, which I feel like is when talent shows happen. So I may have just missed them every time.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I wasn't offered enough of them. I would have did more, I think.
Yeah, if the opportunity came to me.
Yeah.
I feel I had talents.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have fucking beatboxed or played cello. That's for damn. I'd have made something happen. Dude, actually, no, I remember what it was. We did a talent show, and I think it was 6th grade, and me and my friends brought in a mini basketball hoop, one that we like one of those fucking Nerf hoops, and we just hung it up at like 6 foot and just dunked in the auditorium. We had like a fake dunk contest with a Nerf ball, and we definitely did not win the talent show. We didn't even place. Yeah. It was the most wiggered fucking dunk contest ever. It was incredible.
I feel like it makes sense.
I should have won.
You should have won. You should have fought a little harder.
Yeah, they didn't want to see any more of my skills. All right, so the talent show sucks. Yes. Carly and Sam then begin to riff with each other about Miss Briggs and roast her pointy boobs.
Yeah,
that's the specifications of the roast. Pretty funny stuff. Pretty funny. I liked it.
A little spicy for Nickelodeon too. You know.
This is a Dan Schneider thing.
Yeah.
This is like, it might be the first sign of like, all right, these 12-year-olds are talking about sex. They didn't write this, but okay.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was genuinely impressed.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be last in roast battle. I know that.
True.
We've had worse.
We've seen worse.
We've seen much worse.
We've seen some rough.
Yeah.
situation.
she would beat a lot of these guys. Um, so yeah, but Freddie fucks up here and records them
Mm-hmm.
that roasting Miss Briggs. So yeah, when he is assigned to upload the video, we cut to the next scene, and this is where I was convinced Dan Schneider was on some weird shit from this scene on. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You don't know?
No, I said I do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the feet come into play.
Right.
Carly and Sam are sleeping at opposite ends of a couch.
Mm-hmm.
Carly wakes up and she goes to wake Sam up. And this is what was crazy. It's like a silly Nickelodeon kids comedy show.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 ways she could have woke her up. She could have poured water on her. Like, that's the easy answer.
Yeah.
But the genius himself, Dan Schneider, said, no, we'll take the other approach and put a foot in this girl's mouth. And tell her to wake up with a toe in her face. It's insane. And yeah, we start to see that become a pattern.
Yeah. I like that he doesn't come out the gate with it, because like I feel like, so at this point, this is his like 4th Nickelodeon show. So
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like people knew, you know, the people who were paying attention at the time.
Right.
So he couldn't come out the gate with it, you know. He couldn't be too on the nose, but
yeah, no, not just throw it in the middle of episode 1 or anything. Carly, put this foot in her mouth. Matter of fact, take your socks off. We're gonna shoot this again.
Like, people are watching.
Yeah, they did. I bet they did that scene 30 times. They did 30 takes of that shot. He's like, the damn camera keeps going. We need to change the SD card. Just leave the foot in her mouth while we change the battery. Just leave it in there. It's insane. It becomes an issue.
Yeah.
So the foot goes in the mouth. Sam wakes up and they go to check the video of the auditions, which is also crazy that they're just assigned to upload these auditions by themselves. No adults, not enough adults in this show. Not at all.
Responsible, Drew.
Yeah. No, if I was Carly, I would have called CPS on myself. Put me in a home. Spencer is not even he hasn't sold a piece in years. Where's the food coming from? Yeah, it's a problem. So Freddie uploads the wrong part of the video, where they're roasting Miss Briggs. This was another crazy part to me, that they uploaded this video and within like 8 hours it had 27,000 views.
Yeah.
With like no promo. Like, pedophiles will do anything to just find kids on the internet. Like, just type in the keywords and they come up. Like, just sitting there making fun of each other.
This was, so I found out that the monitor they're using is like a TV that you could buy at the time. They just added like the yellow and blue lights to it, but like the bulk of the TV existed. It just was like not for computers.
Wait, what monitor?
Oh, you might on Amazon. I have the link, but it's it's like hands-free Saturn 15-inch LCD television. So it's real, and it like is shaped like that. Because in my youth, I thought that it was the coolest computer that I'd ever seen.
Oh, the computer that they use.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was confused for a second. I thought you were talking about the TV upstairs.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. See, at the time, I thought they were just using Apple products and like replacing the logo on the back.
So you thought that was an Apple?
It kind of
Like,
looks. It doesn't look far off from like those early, like IMAX.
yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does look, I guess I could see it looking a little bit like what would that have been? Like a 2005 iMac that had the bulb at the bottom.
Yep. With the big back on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. Okay, okay. But yeah, no, it was a TV. I looked this up today because I thought enough time had passed. Surely someone has found out if it's real or not.
Is it
And
real?
it is real.
Okay.
Reddit let me know.
You should
So
get one.
it's currently unavailable on Amazon. They don't know when it will be back in stock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That adds up. I'm sure those weren't flying off the shelves. Um, yeah, so Freddie uploads the wrong part of the video of them roasting Miss Briggs. Sam goes across the hall, drags Freddie back to Carly's apartment by his feet, by the foot, by the foot, two hands on the foot. Yeah, and then they yell at him, whatever, tell him he fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that's when the original thought of like, okay, we could do a web series is born.
Yeah,
Because they
they're looking
discuss
for
it
the
soon
comments.
after. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I think she comes around to it, but I think Carly does react a little too aggressively at first because if I saw that 27,000 people had watched anything that I was a part of when I was in middle school, I would have been like, this is the greatest day of my life.
you think so? In
Yeah.
that instance?
In that, because yeah, I was like posting to YouTube in middle school.
Okay.
Yeah. If that had happened, even if I didn't upload it, I'd be like, fucking finally, some recognition.
See, I was posting like me and my friends made like a fake Jackass video when we were
Yeah.
in middle school, and we posted that on YouTube. But
Yeah.
I was never worried back then about view count, or I just assumed it would come eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just stopped doing content.
I was crunching the numbers at a
Yeah,
young age.
I see. Yeah, no, 27,000 would be incredible. Um,
Yeah.
I hope that's what happens for this first episode. What a sign from God if that happens.
I
Uh,
feel like Miranda would follow you back then.
don't get me excited.
I'm putting it out into the world. I'm manifesting for
Let's
you.
go manifest. Yeah. So then, I guess we cut ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
This is when we're finding out about Sam's obsession with ham.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah. Whips out the whole thing.
Another pattern that goes on in the show. She loves a ham.
Loves
She's,
meat
yeah,
generally. Yeah.
she's comfortable eating a full ham barehanded in someone
Yeah.
else's kitchen, which I respect. 'Cause I wouldn't have done that at that time. I still wouldn't do it now, but especially
Yeah.
as like a seventh grader. I used to
Yeah.
not even like accept beverages from my
Yeah.
friends' parents. I'd be like, I'm not drinking anything. I'm doing good. I don't want to waste your juice.
My throat would be so dry. I'd just be like,
Yeah, it was.
I was like,
I'd be drinking their sink water in the bathroom, trying to get away with it. I didn't want to ask for shit. It's principles.
she is an
Um,
icon.
but yeah, and then around the ham
Mhm.
is where the pitch for iCarly is built. They start talking about we should do a web series, we should do a webcast, whatever they call it at the time.
Yeah. Their
Yeah.
web show.
Yeah. And then literally within 10 seconds, the studio is built and they're ready to shoot. Like a full soundboard. Yeah,
All these
full
different
soundboard.
kids, yeah. Different
Incredible.
kids are like ready to go. Like all these schedules lined up. Everyone was there on time.
How do the kids get around in this show?
Well, they live in Seattle, so
What's that mean? It's a big city.
It's not that big of a city.
It's big enough where kids shouldn't be walking to each other's house all the time.
I
But
don't
apparently
know.
they do.
I believe in them. I feel like Seattle is like it's a city, but it's not super crazy big, and they all went to the same school, so they're all the same district. So they couldn't have been that far away from each other.
Seems a little dangerous to me.
Again, not enough parents.
Not enough parents. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't immediately start a podcast when I saw the brewing of iCarly happen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is like what it should be. But I just thought,
Imagine.
oh my God, me and Carly would have been together for years by now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call her Carly when I meet her. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm letting you know that right now, Miranda. Carly to me.
Look in the eyes.
Yeah. So then first episode of iCarly is shot on iCarly.
Yes.
It's an extension of the talent show. This
Correct.
one's a little more impressive.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. Like some of the like iCarly web show bits are like way less funny than the rest of the show, but this episode was a pretty good iCarly web show.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the iCarly within the iCarly impressed me this time. The kid
Yeah.
snorting milk and then blowing it out his eye, wild. The dude that could say sentences backwards, incredible.
True.
And then I think the last person was there was a goat for some reason.
Yeah. We didn't see anything that the goat did.
No, the goat might have just been participating by himself.
The goat was just the goat.
He's a solo act.
Yeah.
Fucking sang My Heart Will Go On.
Yeah.
Goat. And then it was the girl with the trumpet again.
Bringing it back.
On the pogo stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good episode. Episode wraps up. They upload it within hours again. 37,000 views. No promo.
Nope.
Nothing. Just kids on the internet getting sniffed out by pedophiles like fucking Scooby on a bad guy. They just find them. I don't know. I think Carly's Illuminati from day one. Because how do you get that?
She did numbers.
Numbers.
You don't get that kind of with no audience already. Where's she getting these people?
I don't know. I'm impressed by it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they do well, and then the episode wraps up with them celebrating by having a crazy hat party, celebrating the first release of an episode.
Yeah, and here I was also upset by Carly's actions.
Was it the lack of effort for hat?
Yeah, she came up with the idea.
I agree.
She said, let's do a crazy hat party. And she just had a blue cowboy hat. And she was like,
yeah.
Whoa.
No, I agree 100%. Everybody else had fucking like monsters on their head. Tassels. Yeah. But
no effort.
It was cool to see she has fans already.
Yeah.
She signed an autograph, which back to our original question, where are these parents? Like, these aren't even her friends at this point. This is just like
in her house.
How do they find out about this party? Who are these kids?
I saw so when she like does do her autograph, and this is a little tidbit about me, she was like hesitant at first, like her and Sam both. But me at this time posting on the internet, I was getting ready to be famous. I was preparing myself and like
right, as you should.
My autograph. Like my signature is still dog shit. It's laughably bad, but at the time I was like, no, the time will come for me
where you'll need it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like practicing on blank sheets of paper over and over again. So had these children approached me, I feel like I would have handled it with a little more couth than Carly.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, So I used to do the same thing. I used to practice it religiously. And then, because I was like, it's going to come a time for sure.
Yeah.
I'll be a professional athlete and somebody will need this. And then, dude, so when I was in Ohio with Lemire and Pete, we did a show on New Year's Eve. And some lady told Lemire, she was like, or she told us, me and Pete, Lemire was off doing something. And she was like, hey, my son really likes your show. I think she thought that me and Pete were Matt and Shane. She knows Lemire did the show with them. So she was like, they're big fans of Lemire and you guys on the show, because it definitely wasn't Durag.
Yeah.
But, so she was like, can you guys sign this for me? And I was like, yeah. And I brought it to Lemire, and he's like, you guys sign it. And I literally just wrote my name in regular letters, not even cursive. And I was like, dude, this is what I practiced so long for, to write it in bad letters. It was not good.
The time finally came.
Yeah, and I blew it.
You've been working on this for years.
Yeah, not worth it. Well,
Yeah.
Carly, that's another, if I was Carly, I would have folded, because I did. And she handled it like a true professional.
Yeah.
At 13, incredible.
Incredible stuff.
Yeah. Before we wrap this up, I also wanted to discuss one of our future games on this show. It's called I Hunt Pedophiles.
Yes.
And we find people on the show, because we know Nickelodeon has a suspect background checking process, to say the least.
True.
So I looked into the two boys at the end of the episode to see if they were maybe older than, because they looked a little older.
Yeah.
They were not. They were of age at the time. They were both 16. Nothing was wrong there.
Okay. We'll let it stand.
So we could trust them. But after doing further research, episode 3, we got one. I promise, Kellan, we got one already.
I'm so excited.
We did some research. They're hiring anybody over there. I also have a feeling this might be a character you don't despise.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right. On episode 3?
Maybe. I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
Yes.
I won't look into it. I'm not going to look and see.
Don't.
I won't go any further in the detail with any characters. I'll let it come as a surprise.
It's going to be incredible.
Okay.
Hell yeah. I think that is all we have for the first episode of iCarly.
Yeah.
That's the pilot.
That's the pilot.
This is the pilot. We did it. Well done. Well done.
Let me do a little.
Oh, hell yeah. How do I do that?
You click on reactions. It's like at the bottom, probably.
There we go. Episode 1. The pilot is done.
We did it.
Boom. We're going to wrap this thing up. Fucking everybody stay safe in the snow.
Watch out. It for sure won't still be snowing though later. Like
it's always snowing in Philadelphia.
Okay.
That's going to be the next show we cover.
Okay.
All right, this has been cool, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back. Peace.
Peace.